There are quite a few different views you can create inside of a drawing. If I come in and create a drawing from the part, I'll go ahead and choose the default ANSI landscape template. And you'll see, because I created the drawing from a part, it opens up the view palette on the right. From here, I'll go ahead and drag in the front view. And you'll notice from there, if you just let your mouse hover at different projected angles, it'll bring out the projected views. So I can keep adding in views until I press the green check mark. I'll go ahead and now just click on each of these and delete out the views. And I can come into the View Layout tab, and I have two options for views. I could do a standard 3 view or a model view. Let's start with the standard 3 view. I'll choose that Drawing Views document, and you'll see that it automatically puts in that front, the top, and the side view. If I want to add in additional views, I can go into the Model View and go Next for the Drawing Views, and I can choose out a view here. If, for example, I want the isometric, I can come over and drop that in. And you'll notice when I dropped in the isometric that when I hover my mouse around, it doesn't project out any views. But if you choose one of the orthogonal views, or rather if you go back in the model view and choose one of the orthogonal views, then you'll have the option of projecting the views off just by clicking once in each location. So once again, I'll go ahead and delete out these views. And I'm going to go ahead and just keep my front view here. If I want to project off views, I can also use the projected view option, and that'll just require clicking on this view. And once again, I can add those views in the same manner. If I want the opposite view, if I want the top, or if I rather want the bottom instead of the top view, or the left instead of the right view, I can add this in on the other side and then drag it across if I want. You'll also notice if you come back into the view palette, there's an option to drag in the current view. And you can also do that from the model view selection. You can come in and choose that current model view. We can also go in and create custom views within the part and bring them into the drawing. So we'll go ahead and switch over to the Drawing Views part. And if there's a specific angle I want to get, I can set that in the right spot. I can hit the space bar, and I can click the New View button. And I'm just going to call this Display 1. And I'll go ahead and flip this around. Once again, spacebar, New View. And I'll call this Display 2. And click OK. And then I'm going to come back into the Drawing Views Sheet 1. From here, I can go into the Model View. Once again, selecting that Drawing Views. And we can come down and choose that Display 1 and add it in. And I can choose that display to as well. If I come back out and choose model view again, we'll choose display to and drop that view in. And I covered this in the creating new drawings video. But once again, if you want to change the scale of this part, you can come into Use Custom Scale in the Drawing View Property Manager. And we could choose out a different scale. Or you can also do User Defined. And I can make this 1:3 if I wanted. And click OK. And you'll notice if you change the scale of a projected view or the parent of a projected view, that view will change as well. If I want to then break the scale from the parent here, we can come in and use a custom scale. You'll see by default that Use Parent Scale is checked. Lastly, we have the Auxiliary View option. This allows you to select an edge from your view, and it'll project off of that edge. It'll also include this arrow to indicate the angle at which it was projected off. In this case, since it's just the bottom view, we don't really need the arrow. We can also create an auxiliary view by drawing in a line into the view, add an angle, and you just want to make sure that that drops in within the bounding of the view, and then come into auxiliary view, choose the line, and that'll project off the view at that angle, and it'll also hide out that drawn in line. So that's how you create views. In the next video I'll cover aligning the views and breaking alignment from a parent view.